All right, hello, it's 11 o'clock. Welcome to the weather update for November 12th, 2021. And bit of a stormy day late this morning to the early afternoon hours, and then it just cleared on out. You could see the front pass through here, but it looks like it's getting a little hung up offshore, but definitely see that front pass through. And it brought some heavy showers and some very strong wind gusts that we have to talk about. But it did clear out nicely for the evening. There's what it looked like, just a few clouds as the sun set. Yes, I was back in Argyle Lake in Babylon on the South Shore because that's the place to be if you want to have life. But let's take a look at some of these storm reports here. And this was one of them that was reported on the Weather Service. Groton Airport in Connecticut reported a sustained wind of 55 miles an hour with a gust to 64. That is incredible. We didn't see anything like that here. At least not in my area. There was some power outages, though, mainly out east from this. So let's see. We've got a bunch of storm reports here. Non-thunderstorm wind damage. Trees down in Westchester County. Wind damage in Putnam County. In Brewster, down trees. So it looks like upstate got hit hard. Norwalk had a wind gust of 41 miles an hour. 52-mile-an-hour wind gust at Hampton Bays. 58-mile-an-hour wind gust at Southampton. And this also a 70-mile-an-hour wind gust at Fisher's Island. Wow, that's impressive. 61-mile-an-hour wind gust at Plum Island. So out east really got hit hard. 64-mile-an-hour wind gust in Groton. And there was also a wind gust in east-northeast Montauk Highway. Not sure where that is in Suffolk County. 39 miles an hour reported there. But maybe they meant to say east-northeast Montauk. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, it was kind of a stormy morning, and we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to the storms. Let's go take a look at our current conditions out there. And it was warm earlier. We're going to just look at some observations here. I'll just pull up iSlip here for a moment so you can get an idea of how warm it was earlier. Because it was, once that front moved away and the sun came out, it was warm. So you can see it got into the mid-60s. And it was kind of humid, too. It took a little while until the night for the drier air to really get in. So it was kind of a muggy afternoon. Still, I thought we had to wait until the evening for the air to really start drying out. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the observations that we have. You can see gale warnings in effect for offshore. And right now, temperatures have dropped into the mid-40s. Finally, a lot cooler. 42 in Carl Place, 46 in Farmingdale, 49 at Islip, 43 at West Hampton. Still the city holding on to the heat there. 57 at LaGuardia, 52 in Central Park. Also cooling off in New Jersey. Look at that. The Pine Barrens west of Toms River down to 36 already. 42 in Toms River proper. So really it is cooling off. We're getting that radiational cooling. The winds have a light. The dew points have come down from what they were earlier. We have dew points now and generally in the upper 30s and low 40s. So big change in the dew points. Though out east I still see some high dew points out there hanging on out on the east end, it looks like. But anyway, let's take a look at several things. So first we're going to take a look at the rainfall that I don't think we got as much rain as they were expecting. So let's see what the rainfall was for today. Let's look at these rainfall amounts across Long Island. Yeah, some areas thought we were going to get over an inch, but a lot of areas did not really get more than a half an inch on Long Island. But you can see certain areas out east got hit a little harder, and that's where those stronger thunderstorms, the strong winds came into play, showers and thunderstorms. 1.38 reported in this is Eastport. All right, we have 1.32 being reported in East Hampton, 1.06 at Montauk Point in Connecticut, too. You see these 1-inch plus amounts. So they seem to have gotten hit harder. Also in Connecticut, generally, you could see these higher amounts again. And this is where the stronger winds were also. So over an inch in a lot of these areas in Connecticut. Looking at the Hudson Valley, that area is an area that was also hit hard. You could see around 1 inch around White Plains. And New Jersey, let's see how they fared with the rain. They didn't get that much either, only around 1/4 of an inch of rain, it looks like, on this. So it seemed like the stronger winds are where the stronger rain was. Those storms were able to bring down some of the strong winds. Let's take a look at some of the high temperatures now for today. Let's switch this to the high temperature, shall we? All right, you'll see temperatures generally got into the mid-60s, 66, pretty much general rule across Long Island. That's over 10 degrees above normal. And then I see some 70s in New Jersey. Let's see if Tom's River actually made it to 70 degrees today. I have a feeling they did. Or 67, not quite, but yeah, it was a warm day across the area. Way, way too warm. Well, we're going to be done with that warmth fairly shortly here. So let's first go to the Storm Prediction Center. They're not really showing anything for us for tomorrow, but we have this strong cold front coming through, a second cold front. Won't be as much moisture as we had with this one, but still a good amount. And we're going to look at the models now. And actually, I have most of the 0Z model runs in, so we can look at that. And you'll see here comes this front coming through. It's going to bring a slight chance of, it's going to bring a line of showers and thunderstorms through. And then it's going to get pretty windy and cold after that. You can see once you get to Sunday. And then the problem is that you can see the next system coming in, so this is going to cause high clouds. So we're really not going to have any clear days this weekend. We're going to have to wait until the week, Monday and then Tuesday, before we really get into some of that really cold air that you see coming down there to really clear it out. Let's take a look at the HRRR right now. This will be the first model to look at in regards to tomorrow. Because this is so we're going to start off clear and sunny and dry, and then this Clipper system comes through and it's producing a line of showers and thunderstorms. So the HRRR now seems to have most of the activity just to our north, but still you could see this is a pretty hefty line. It could be it could get the sky dark, maybe even a couple of shelf clouds, some gusty winds. There's going to be low top convection, but you can see it looks like it wants to have it mostly now to our north. Perhaps that's due to the marine influence. But once that moves through, tight isobars, west to northwest winds strong. And here comes the next Clipper. And this is the Clipper that could wind up bringing perhaps a little snow to some areas. Now, let's go look at the GFS here. You can see some snow upstate. I don't think we'll see any of it here, but we have a chance of showers Sunday night, and that'll bring yet another cold front through for your Monday. All right? So now let's go to back to that HRRR. And we'll look at the temperatures. Now, I'll look at a few more models, too, in regards to tomorrow. But it's going to probably drop into the upper 30s and low 40s tonight. Then we warm up probably to around 60 tomorrow. But once that front comes through with the showers and thunderstorms, the temperatures are going to drop from the upper 50s and low 60s into the 40s and then into the 30s once the sun goes down. And then for Sunday, we're going to struggle to reach 50 degrees. We may only be in the upper 40s on Sunday. All right. You'll also have to look at the dew points as well. Using this dew point chart, you can see this kind of shows the wind direction here. So the winds do become southeasterly tomorrow. I think maybe that marine influence might help quell the thunderstorms, but I'm not so sure on that. And then you can see the winds shift to the west, and we have the dry air in place for your Sunday with westerly winds. All right. So let me shift to another model now, and I want to look at the NAM3 and go back to this here, and we'll look at the radar simulation on the NAM3 here. So here's that line, and the NAM kind of holds it together, and this is going to be in the afternoon. I would say mainly from 1 p.m. on you have this risk, but it looks like it would move through more like 2 or 3 o'clock across Long Island. It's just going to be a quick-hitting thing. But just, when you can be outside, but when that hits, make sure you're inside. And it'll be over, and it'll clear on out. And but this, again, we'll have to... right now, the SPC doesn't seem to think we're going to have severe weather out of it. But it could still be gusty, and there could be some strong winds with it. So looking at the skies, NAM just has us clouds all day long tomorrow. And then for Sunday, we start off with sun, but then the cirrus quickly increases. It's actually missing a couple of frames here. Because this is the 0Z run. So let me use the RGEM model, which we have more data on. So let's take a look at this. So here's the RGEM, and you see we start off with sunshine tomorrow. Clouds build over Jersey by like 10, 11 o'clock, but we're still sunny on Long Island. And the clouds start rolling in around noon from Nassau, and then from west to east. We have the clouds, and then it'll clear out again. You might even get to see the sunset again. Like today. Now, Sunday we start off with sun, but then you can see the cirrus quickly comes in. We have to wait until Monday, perhaps, to clear it out, though it's still developing some cumulus around. So it doesn't seem like we're going to have any really clear days like I was hoping for, but one thing's sure, it will turn much colder for tomorrow. Let me look at a few other parameters, and I want to look at this model here for the Cape levels for tomorrow and see what the Cape levels are for this front here. And there is some Cape here. This is 1 o'clock. It only doesn't really give me in between, but again, we have this risk. So I really think there could be some severe thunderstorm warnings out for these storms. And again, they're going to be low top, but because there's cold air aloft, there could even be some small hail with these storms. Let's look at the wind gusts, and you can see with the line, this is the HRRR model, and it could be wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. It's going to be a quick hit, but it could, like I said, if you're out there, it could be a little rough. So that's why you've got to be aware of this line. Once this line moves through, we look at the temperature here, you can kind of see where the front is right here, and you can see, look at the cool air. It'll be in the 40s once this front moves through. It's going to drop really quick. And then it starts dropping in the evening. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow for sure. We'll have to watch what these storms do. We could have another incident where we could have some more wind damage, perhaps. These storms. It'll be interesting to see what happens for tomorrow with these storms. There aren't many other models I could look at in regards to these storms. I mean, we can also look at the RGM precipitation simulation as well, though the resolution is not all that great. You can sort of see that the worst of it looks like it would be to our north, but it's still close enough. It's still close enough to be a little uncomfortable. Let me just look at the HDRPS, which is yet another model I can look at here. This is the 0Z run, which I don't have enough in, so we have to go roll it back to the 18Z and see what it does. You can see it seems like the heavier stuff just seems to be just to our north. That seems to be the trend in the models lately, but it's close enough that it bears watching. For the possibility of some strong storms tomorrow, perhaps. We'll have to see what happens, how it all pans out. But if you want the sun, best off get an early start, because I think by noon the clouds are going to start coming in. And then after that, like once you get toward 2 o'clock, that's when the showers are going to come on in. But it's going to be a quick hit, and it should be out of here probably before sunset. So it'll be a quick hit. It'll be in and it'll be out. And then it's going to turn a lot colder for tomorrow. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Take care. Thanks for watching.